what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
AI. Absolute Ignorance. With Jon Reep.
That's me, and as always, I'm joined by the very tech-savvy, not absolute ignorant, more actually intelligent.
Oh, that's
I would say.
That's nice.
Graduated from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. What was your major?
Business.
Business.
Yeah, about as generic as you could get it.
Yeah. And mine is communication from North Carolina State University. Mm-hmm. So I'm like the goofy, ignorant one, and Alan's the brains. But we're both the same age. We're both 51 years old.
Correct.
Now, normally we do have our little Gen Z whiz kid, Coble Hartman, up in here, but he couldn't make it today.
Yeah.
So apologies there. But how you doing, the Alan Jackson?
I am doing pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good, yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
We just finished recording a voice print for you. I'm kind of excited about that. That's going to be fun to kind of experiment with later on.
Tell me what that app is called or platform.
So the app is called Descript, and it allows us to record you. You had to read 15 minutes of weird, random stuff.
Yeah. It was almost like I was voicing over a nature wildlife video that you would see, these buffalo roam on the plains of blah, blah, blah. So I did a lot of that.
Yeah. And it's going to take that information, take your recording, and it's going to create an AI voice of you.
Yeah.
That I think will be kind of cool to use.
So when that is done, you said it takes anywhere from 2 hours to 24 hours for it to...
That's what they say. Yep.
And then you just go to that website, and you could type in whatever you want it to say, and it spits it out.
That's right.
Okay.
You could put in whatever text. You could copy, you could have the Gettysburg Address. You could have, a speech, whatever. You could have a commercial script and just say, read it in my voice, and it will have created an AI voice for you that...
Can you make it sing?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm curious. You know how a couple episodes back we were watching videos that some guy, is his YouTube page called There I Ruined It, and he had Boomhauer singing Eminem songs, but the lyrics were written by Eminem, but the voice was Boomhauer. So I'm wondering how they did that. We need to reach out to that guy and see if he'd like to be on the show. Find out how he did it, because I kind of want to do that.
Well, I'm now going to investigate how do we make singing voices in AI.
Oh,
supposedly
good.
There are ways to do it. There are tools out there to do that. Make music with your AI voice. You just got to figure out how to do it. So,
see, that's what I want to do, because we talked about this on the very first episode of Carolina Reaper. That's my other podcast. It's really more of a digital show.
It's a show. It's a show. This is a podcast.
Right.
That is a show.
That's a
Carolina
Facebook
Reaper
and
is a
YouTube show. It's more visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, so I talked about how I wrote a song called. It's not even a spoof. It's more of a West Coast version of Richmond, north of Richmond. But I wrote Poor Man South of Portland. And I wrote different lyrics, but it's to the actual song of Richmond North. Long story short, it's gotten almost up to 610,000 views on YouTube,
which is insane.
Right.
I mean, it's a what did you call it? It's not a cover. It's not really a parody. It's like a tribute.
It's not really a remix either, because it's almost like a tribute or a West Coast version.
Yeah.
Is what I've been kind of saying.
Right.
The West Coast response. I don't know. Maybe I'm the first one to do something like this. I don't know. But if you were to go to my, you have access to my YouTube page?
I do.
And I want you to see something. If you go to that video and click on the analytics of it to see how fast it was growing on certain days and how it's kind of flattened out a little bit over the last 3 or 4 days, it also tells you how it's sort of being found or discovered.
Okay.
Like, is it organic? Is it from a post or something? But let's see here. There we go. Poor men south of Portland, analytics. And on the right there, it says browse traffic sources, right?
Yeah.
Top traffic sources are browse features.
So browse features means people are just surfing on YouTube. They're just clicking around. They're just going through their feed of what's new and all that. And that's 50% of the people watching the video are finding you just that way.
So, okay, now here's that, like how viewers found this video. YouTube recommendations is 75.8%.
Yeah.
So what we've somehow stumbled upon is that YouTube itself decided they're going to get behind this one and help share it.
They actually got you on the YouTube homepage for a lot of people. Like a lot of people saw you on the YouTube home.
Oh.
That was 75% of the views.
That's like almost all of it.
Yeah. So people are going to YouTube based on what they like, what they've watched in the past. YouTube is now recommending on the homepage, hey, you might like this video too, and showing your video.
So knowing that, I'd like to figure out what was it about this that YouTube decided to get behind and help share it, because that's a lot, 75%. I mean, most of that's them, and I did boost it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I boosted it or whatever on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I saw how well it was doing. I thought, well, if it's doing that well, then I'll put a little bit of money into it and see if it'll grow some. But really, what I did is nothing compared to what YouTube did.
Yeah.
In terms of getting discovered.
See, I think the whole thing with the algorithm is that when YouTube sees that a video is starting to kind of catch fire, it's going to help it grow faster.
Yeah.
So I still think you got a groundswell of people that found this video. Either they were searching for the original version and found yours as well and wanted to watch it. They're fans of the original, so they wanted to hear your take on it. And once a lot of people started watching it, YouTube's like, oh, hey, that video is getting a lot of attention. Let's bump it up even further.
Well, it's inspired me to do more. So I kind of want to use AI if they can make me sing. I mean, I want to be the laziest, most successful recording artist of all time.
The laziest, most successful. So basically, would you like to have AI write the lyrics for your song?
So this is what I was thinking.
Okay.
And I don't know if I've talked about this before. Forgive me if I have. I want to do a yacht rock album. And let's go with the first song, spoofing like a Weird Al Yankovic, right? Everyone loves Weird Al.
They do.
I don't know how he gets away with it, if it's parody law, if it's spoof law or whatever. Does he need permission?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I think he would reach out to the artist and kind of just ask for their blessing.
Yeah, he would just say, heads up, I'm doing this. I hope you like it.
But I do think if it's considered a parody, then I think you have
you can do it.
Clearance on that.
So like Weird Al, I'm going to do my version of that with yacht rock. But it's going to be called Yacht Not. Like you ought not to be doing this. It's really dumb. Yacht Not Rock. First song I want to record is a parody of Night Moves by
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger. But instead of Night Moves, I'm going to call it Side Boob.
Night
it's going to be
Moves becomes Side Boobs.
So it's going to be all about my love for side boob. You ever seen a girl with a tank top on or a short sleeve shirt, very short sleeve, mostly a tank top with no bra, and they kind of move around. You can kind of see. It's like also call it sleevage.
Ooh, I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sleevage or side boob?
I mean, side boob I'm pretty familiar with. I had
Yeah.
not heard sleevage, but I like sleevage.
So the word sleevage will be in the song side boob at
Good,
some point.
Good. Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to be the first one. So what I would do is I think I have to write it. I don't think AI is good enough to write.
Based on the experiments we've had on this show with AI trying to write comedy, no, it's not.
No.
It's not there yet.
No.
Yeah.
So I would write it, and then I would type it into whatever AI program that has my voice, and I can sing it. That way I will sound great. And I'll just lip sync the video to my actual voice. I will try to sing it because I can kind of sing a little bit on certain songs.
You had a lot of people commenting about your singing on the Poor Men South of Portland.
I know. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
That is mostly me. I mean, I think Chad Austin did a little bit of auto-tune
He
on
might have
one or two
sweetened
notes
it a little bit
here and there.
But I mean, it was still you.
For the most part, it's all me. Like 89, 90% that's all me.
So just like with AI, John, to teach it how to use your voice, we had to give it like 15 plus minutes of you reading all that random crap.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if to do a singing voice, it's going to also have to have a lot of tone of you singing recorded.
Right.
Or if it's going to be able to take your voice and actually generate it into a singing
It's good.
style.
We'll have to do that next week.
Yeah.
Figure out how to do that and get on that anyway. Because you're right. AI is, I mean, it's pretty good sometimes at writing things. And sometimes it's not. For example, I thought since Cobal's not here and it was just me and you,
Right.
I thought, well, I'll ask Chat GPT to write a podcast called AI, Absolute Ignorance with Jon Reep, and a co-host by the name of Alan.
Okay.
And I didn't give it your last name because I didn't want it to be confused with the country singer.
Oh, right. He AI would automatically
Yeah.
assume my name is a world famous country singer.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I just said Alan, right?
Yeah.
And I put in the topics that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
And I sent it wrote a script. It has lines for me and lines for you. You want to give it a whirl? See what happens?
We can, yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it up here and see, because you just sent it to me. I have not looked at it yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I emailed it to you and I texted
You did. I just wanted to kind of experience it fresh here.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So this is a script AI wrote for us for this show. So we're going to do
And
it.
you'll discover the topics I gave it as we talk back and forth.
Okay, good. All right, great. Well, let's give this a shot. I got it pulled up.
You ready? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another wild ride on AI, Absolute Ignorance. I'm your host, Jon Reep, and with me, as always, is my co-host, the one and only Alan.
How's it going, y'all? We've got a doozy of an episode lined up today. First, we'll dive into how artificial intelligence has revealed some bizarre European views on United States states. And let me tell you, they're hilariously mean.
Absolutely, Alan. You won't believe some of the things they've said about our states. It's like they've never heard of North Carolina. But first, let's talk about something that might give actors the creeps. Have you heard about this 4D Gaussian or Gaussian splatting method, Alan?
Oh, you bet I have, John. It's like a sci-fi nightmare for actors. This new technology captures human motion in such a detailed way. It's got to give actors the heebie-jeebies. We're talking about some high-tech gotcha moments here.
That's right, Alan. I can't wait to discuss how this technology is changing the game for motion capture in the entertainment industry. It's a bit like Minority Report, but without Tom Cruise waving his hands around.
Yeah. And after that, we're diving headfirst into the hilarious and sometimes bewildering European perspectives on our beloved United States, U.S. states. Trust me, you don't want to miss what they've been saying.
So buckle up, folks, and get ready for a wild ride on AI, Absolute Ignorance. We're here to entertain, educate, and most importantly, have a good laugh. Stay tuned. Okay.
So look, I'm curious from your standpoint. You host shows, you host podcasts, you do stand up. You're an actor. How do you rate this this script that was written for us here?
Well, it definitely gives out the information
Yeah.
because it's. I think it's putting y'all in there because I said Jon Reep,
Okay.
and we're trying to de-countryfy things.
Yeah.
Everyone knows not everyone. A lot of people know Jon Reep from Hickory, rednecky country, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to show another side. So, but it threw it in there because it doesn't know that yet. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't like that. It's not really funny. It's just informative.
Yeah.
You know,
did you when you prompted AI for this, did you give it any indication that you were looking for something humorous, or
Nope.
was it no? Okay,
no, that's
it just knew you,
right?
It's like, oh, well, Jon Reep is funny, so we're going to make this a little lightly funny,
right? Like I think it thought it was funny when it said it's like Minority Report, but without Tom Cruise waving his hands around. Now, have you seen Minority Report?
I have.
I liked it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. And I guess there's a scene where he's doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's
swiping right
it's the whole idea that he's wearing like the glasses and he can see the screen are floating and his fingertips are able to navigate things on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Oculus.
A little bit. I mean, it reminds me actually like when Apple showed off their new headset that's going to come out in January or first of the year. It looks a lot like that whole deal, except you're having to wear a giant visor on your face to do it. But it's all going to be finger based, and hand motion based.
I've got the Oculus 2.
Okay.
So this is basically Oculus 3, but they're probably calling it something different, right?
So, all right. So Apple's doing something themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
They got their own deal.
Okay.
It's called the Vision Pro. That's going to come out in the first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
Facebook or Meta has the Quest 2, which you and I both have one of.
Yeah.
They've just come out with the Quest 3, I believe.
Okay.
That is what our young co-host Coble is getting.
Okay.
And that's what he is planning on bringing in.
Okay.
For us to experiment with.
Okay. But what you were talking about is the one Apple has.
Yeah, Apple's got. Have you seen this? I don't know.
No,
if
is
you've
it?
seen this.
Would you say it is better or comparable to the Oculus 3?
Let's just put it this way, John. I'm kind of a cheapskate when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like spending a lot of money if I don't have to. This thing is going to be $3,500.
Wow.
Okay, but I'm already figuring out how to afford one because I want this so bad.
Okay.
For anybody,
right away, it looks better on your face than the Oculus does because.
So check this out.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what
Watch
you
the video.
basically see. You're seeing the outside world.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like it's showing you a digital representation of your world.
Yeah.
And then it's going to put stuff floating in front of you. Watch, you see the icons come up here. Watch.
Yeah.
That is what you see floating in front of you. And you reach up and you're touching, and that's how you're navigating with stuff.
Do you need handheld devices?
No. It uses your fingers, and actually it detects if your fingers do like a pinching motion for a click.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just lightly swipe your finger to do
Now we're
swiping.
talking,
You don't
yes.
have to hold anything. It sees your hands, and it knows what your
Okay.
hands are doing.
Right away, that is a huge improvement because with the Oculus, you have to have two sort of remote control type things in each hand.
Yeah.
And there's buttons on it and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, look, watch her right there. There's this little video I'm showing. She's just motioning with her hand, and that is like scrolling up a screen that she's viewing right now. Okay? Isn't that awesome?
Our viewers can see this because what does that kind of look like to you?
I mean, yeah, it kind of.
It kind of looks like she's giving a tiny person a hand job.
Yeah, it's like she's using just two little fingers. Here you go, buddy, I got you.
Yeah.
And doing a little
Like if
stroking
you had
up,
the
stroking up
world's
action.
thinnest but
Yeah.
decently long penis.
There are going to be some weird memes coming out of all this, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So there you go. Like somebody can watch a movie, giant big screen floating in front of them.
Yeah.
And what it does is you can put a background for like if you want to go into a virtual world, you can.
Yeah.
Or you can not and just have it where you see the real world around you and these things are floating in front of you.
Yes.
It's whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. But this thing is crazy. They're saying like you can get work done on it. You can like use it at the office and work on it.
Well, it's probably a lot safer too, because if you're seeing your actual environment in real time, it's like your eyeballs are on the outside of it. That way you're not falling down, tripping over things, knocking stuff over.
So here's the freaky thing, John. And again, people listening on audio, I know this is tough, but I encourage you to go to Apple's website and check out the Vision Pro. You see the image right there of the girl wearing the goggles, right? Mm-hmm. So what you're seeing her eyes, that's not really her eyes.
Right.
That is a digital representation of her eyes. It is taking her snapshots of her eyes inside the goggles and putting them on the outside for people to see. And it's kind of making like a AI version of your eyes. So if you are looking in one direction, the eyes on the outside, people are seeing you look. So they're not looking at you with just like a black visor on. They're seeing your eyeballs, but it's not really your eyeballs. It's making like a emoji AI version of your eyes.
I do like that though, because I was going to say, so it kind of looks like maybe she's just wearing a very high-tech ski goggles.
Yeah, right.
Which is way better than the Oculus because there's nothing on the outside. It's just white plastic. And you can't see through it. So it's less embarrassing to be caught wearing the Apple Vision Pro than it would be an Oculus.
I think so.
Because if you're wearing an Oculus and someone walks in the room, you're like, oh man, you need to get a life. It's a little bit more nerdy than this thing. Whereas you could play it off like it's ski goggles. If you put a toboggan on, and some earmuffs and a parka, you wouldn't know.
Well, they're trying to play it off like you could just wear these around everywhere you go,
right?
And like you could be like seeing like screens in front of you and all that, but for the outside world, they just think you're looking at them and talking to people.
Yeah,
like normal. That's what they're trying to do. I think it's going to be weird. So because the fact that those are not real eyes you're seeing, they're digital representation of your eyes.
Well, see, I mean, this could also be a great thing for Halloween. I mean, you could have different eyes, maybe. I mean, if you give it to a friend.
Oh, you know what? They could hack it and get like I want bloodshot eyes. I want
big googly cross-eyed eyes, spooky eyes.
I didn't even think about that, but that could be something.
If that is really a screen, it could be anything on the outside.
That's true. That's a good point.
But yeah, I'm excited. I like that you don't have to have the remotes anymore because that's another thing you have to charge. Mm-hmm. Another thing that you could lose or buy batteries for, and it frees up your hands, which is what all guys are going to use this for anyway.
I know. Yeah, you kind of need both hands free.
Anything.
Well, I mean, at least one hand free, but I mean,
at least one hand.
Right, you got to have one.
Yeah.
Two, you can find some things to do with the second.
I don't know about you. I'm a two-hander.
Oh, really?
Hey, I'm ambidextrous. I like to mix it up. Like, is this is this an old friend of mine or is this a new person that doesn't know what's happening? You know what I mean?
So you mix it up a little bit just to kind of keep yourself on your guard.
I'm excited. So we have to figure out how to use this for an episode of AI.
So I don't know when we'll get our hands on the Apple one because it's going to be in such high demand, and they don't know how long it's going to take to get people actually to get them. Mm-hmm. But the Oculus, the Meta Quest, whatever they're calling it, I always forget the names.
The third one's out.
We have our hands on those. I think we're going to bring those in and do an episode in the VR space.
I'm sorry, you may have said it already. Yeah. Is this Apple Vision Pro available now?
No.
It's just back order.
No, it's not even officially releasing until they just said early 2024.
Okay.
But
so this will be
they're making a limited run of it, so it is going to have to be something people have to kind of go after and try to fight to get.
Well, I can't wait to see what the feedback's going to be on this.
Super excited for this.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the feedback. I'm totally getting it. So.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Didn't Google have, a while back, Google Glasses?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What happened to Google Glasses?
Nobody liked them.
They didn't work.
I think the problem that you have with stuff like this, if you try to make it where it looks like you can't tell you're
Yeah.
wearing these things. That's what Google tried to do, is try to make very inconspicuous,
Yeah.
simple glasses. But everybody knew you were wearing them.
Yeah.
You could still tell, and they just looked kind of goofy, so people didn't want to wear them. This thing, I mean, nobody's going to go out and walk around the street
Yeah.
with this. This is for you at home.
Right.
I want to watch a movie. I want to play a game. I want
It'd be a
to.
good thing to have if you want to work from home.
Yep.
But also do things around the house.
Well, think about this. Get on a plane and put
Yeah.
this thing on. That would be awesome.
That's why, honestly, Alan, well, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
We know the real reason.
Yeah, there's
That is the
there's the underlying reason we all know why guys are going to get these. Okay,
So the second most reason I got this was because I thought, if I'm flying from New York to L.A., it's like a 6-hour, 5-hour flight or something, and I want to watch a movie,
yeah,
but I don't want people watching me watch a movie. And I want complete. I thought it would be great for a plane.
Yeah.
That has Wi-Fi, which is why I got it. One of the reasons why I got it. Now, with this, you're saying it would be better.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have the remotes, or
Well, it's that, but I think part of it is I mean, it's just going to look awesome. Like the resolution on the inside of this, the Apple one is like,
yeah,
I forget what the resolution was. It was like 6K or something like that. It's crazy high resolution.
nice.
So you watch a movie on the Quest, it's fine. But don't you have to be still connected to the internet? Or
Yes,
can
you do.
Yeah, so that's a problem right there for flights.
Yeah.
I would assume with this, there is some storage you get on the headset, so maybe you can download a
Yeah.
movie and watch it
But
that
if
way.
if it's got a web browser, then you can connect to the plane's Wi-Fi
True. Yeah.
and watch what they have for you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they won't let you watch Netflix or other streaming services. You have to watch there. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know.
But I've been blocked before trying to watch.
I think what you do is you
football game or
a
something.
movie you want to watch, you download a couple movies,
Yeah.
download them into this headset. You take the headset on the plane,
Right.
fire it up, and
Boom.
just, man, you're,
Conk out.
yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. So the Google glasses didn't take
Have you
off.
ever, let me ask this, okay.
Yeah.
This has honestly been a little bit of a fear of mine about the idea of watching a movie with a headset
Yeah.
on a plane,
Okay.
okay? Do you have any concerns at all that if you're watching something that might get a little
Right.
sexually active, okay, that you ever like kind of forget where you are? And you just kind of lose track of what's happening and what you may be doing outside of the headset.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a concern? Is that
It definitely would be a concern. So my questions would be things I'd have to learn about this device before I tried this in real time in
Right.
the real world.
Yep.
Would be how much of it you can even hear if you're sitting next to me.
that's a good point? Yeah.
So is it just in my ears? Is it an earpiece? Does it just go over my ear? How am I hearing it? Can other people hear it? That's a big one.
Okay.
Because they can't see what I'm seeing.
No,
they can totally
they would
hear
not be
it.
able to see at all what you're saying.
That's the way you get busted.
Supposedly, you could use like AirPods or any
Yeah.
headset that connects to it. So you just need to make sure you've got those that go like in your ear that
Yeah.
nobody else could hear.
You're right. This one would be better for planes
Yep.
because you could still see your environment around you.
If you choose to, yes.
So that way, you could safely watch a risque film. Of course, you have your blanket over top of you.
Oh, blanket. Okay, that's
You got to have the blanket.
That's
'cause
part of it
What
involved.
if you get excited?
Well, that's what I'm kind of leading to.
Right. So you have the blanket, your hands go under the blanket because
Mm-hmm.
you don't need your hands anymore. And you can do what that chick was doing with the two fingers streaming up.
the little
thing.
the little two finger action.
Right.
Yeah.
So if someone tries to say, hey, you can't do that on here, like, what are you talking about? I'm just scrolling.
I'm just scrolling on my Vision Pro.
Will this be a new euphemism for masturbating? Scrolling?
I'm just scrolling. I'm just
Yeah, that girl is hot. I'm going to go home and scroll.
yeah. And mom's like, you better not be scrolling up in that bedroom.
Man, my hand is tired. I've been scrolling all day. I've scrolled 3 times today. Man, I got a problem. Too much scrolling. Yeah, so I think this is better for a plane. Totally.
Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what it looks like because the one I have, the Oculus 2,
Two.
I did I thought also it would be good to watch movies laid flat on your back. Now, most people, when they watch TV in their bedrooms, right, you have to sit up, right, or at least your head is propped up,
Right.
which is just not good on your spine or your neck.
No.
So what if you could lay flat on your back,
Looking
look
straight up at the ceiling, but you're
So-
watching a movie.
and you're watching a movie? That way, your neck's not being compromised at all. So I thought, well, that would be great for me. So I watched a couple of Netflix things on my Oculus.
Okay.
And I thought, this is perfect. This is going to help my spine. It's going to help my neck. You know, I've been going to a chiropractor. But over time, I slowly start getting a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
It was bothering my eyes a little bit. And then when I take them off, it took a second for my eyes to adjust back to the real world. It's almost like if I gave you a pair of glasses that you're not supposed to wear, that's for someone with really bad eyesight. You look through them, you take them off, and you almost get a little nauseous.
Yeah.
Like some of that was happening.
Well, I can get really technical on why that happens and
Yeah.
how they're trying to fix it. A lot of it has to do with how clear the resolution is
Okay.
on the screen.
Yep.
Because the better the resolution on the inside, the better it is on your how prone you are to get sick. You
Yeah.
know? So the better they get with the resolution, the better they get with the crystal clear image,
Yeah.
and as close like with this the Apple one. If you're able to see the outside world and there's no lag, meaning when your head moves, it's just like moving in the real world, then that prevents you from getting sick. The minute there's like a slight, even like a one frame off of what you're seeing outside and what you're seeing inside the vision, the goggles, that's where the sickness comes in. That's where the uneasiness comes in. So
okay.
anyway,
Well, this new technology probably is way better than what I got.
I hope so.
Yeah.
The only complaint I'm hearing from people who are testing this or reviewing it early is that it is a little heavy. Like the headset's a little heavy,
Okay.
which is a shame.
Right. It doesn't look heavy.
Doesn't look heavy, but they say compared to others, it is a bit heavier than it needs to be.
I see in the video the person is actually hooked up to a cord as well,
Yeah, there's a battery pack.
which makes me wonder, do you have to have a cord plugged in at all times?
You got to have the battery pack.
So
There
is
is a
that cord
battery.
going to a battery pack?
Yeah, it's not plugged anywhere else, but it is going to a battery pack. Like you don't have to be connected to something at a computer or whatever,
Yeah.
but there is a cord going to a little pack that you have to have. That's the battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you have to have that. Will it hold a charge without the battery pack, or does it have to be plugged into the
No,
battery
I think it
pack?
has to be the battery pack all the
Okay.
time.
Well, see, that's another
I know.
downside.
Yeah.
Because now we got to find what we're going to do with this cord. If I'm going to sleep on it, am I going to roll around
Yeah.
on
That's a
the
good point.
cord? Okay.
That's the two drawbacks people are saying. Battery pack, you have to have plugged up, and it's a tad heavy.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you remember when Google tried it with the Google glasses. I'm going to tie this in.
Okay.
You know, coming out tomorrow, I think, the 21st of Lenoir of this month, I'm doing a show in Lenoir, North Carolina, at the Broyhill Center. One show, 7:30. Come see me. Tickets at jonreep.com. It's almost sold out, so you better hurry. There might be a couple left at this point. But sticking with AI, did you know that Google is proud to call North Carolina home to one of their data centers?
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet you a lot of people don't know that.
Oh, I bet a lot don't. Yeah.
Like, I remember when I performed at the Broyhill Center in Lenoir, probably 2006, something like that. The mayor at the time, Rudy Wright, was there and drank all my beer, by the way.
He did.
Drank a lot of my beer. Actually, after he was done drinking it, he said, somebody's got to get more beer. I said, okay, you're the mayor. Somebody go get it. So we got more beer.
Okay.
Anyway, he was there because he wanted to go on stage and campaign to get this data center in Hickory. And he was calling it "Gotta Get a Gigabit."
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
He was on, come on, y'all, we got to do this for Hickory, got to get a gigabit. And what he didn't realize was, well, I know he did realize it, but, you know, he was in Lenoir.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we want the gigabit.
Yeah.
So it turns out Hickory did not get the data center, but Lenoir did. Which, for those of you who are listening to this and don't know anything about that, no biggie, I'll tell you, Lenoir is probably 25 minutes from here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roughly.
It's a pretty short drive to get there.
So
it's considered part of this area. I mean, I think the thinking is if something happens in Lenoir, it's probably good for Hickory
yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah, totally. I think it is.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to this data center?
I have not. No.
I think we should take a journey. We should take a field trip. Me, you, and Coble need to go to the data center.
Yeah. It's just from what I understand, these data centers, because, Apple's got a data center here as well.
Yeah. Well, that one's where?
In Maiden.
In Maiden.
Yeah.
So Maiden has an Apple.
Maiden has an Apple data center. It is the East Coast data center for Apple.
Wow.
So like your iCloud stuff, is some of it's coming from Maiden.
Oh
Maiden's got it. Maiden is also a much smaller town, even than Lenoir, that is also near Hickory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stepdaughter goes to high school there.
Right. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. I bet you a lot of people just wouldn't assume that the Hickory area is home to all of your storage.
Yes.
You're welcome.
When you download a song, when you download John's version of Poor Man's South of Portland from Apple Music, chances are pretty high you're getting it from Maiden.
Right here, so it didn't have to go far.
No, yeah, it's right there.
I like that. So they invested $1.2 billion in the facility, established a long-term commitment to the region and state. It says we've created more than 250 jobs on the expanded, fully operational site, and we work hard to support the communities in which our employees live and work. Since 2009, they say we've awarded more than $5.5 million to local schools and nonprofits. We've invested in several green initiatives, including a collaboration with Duke University and Duke Energy to turn hog waste at a Yadkin County farm into renewable energy.
Wow.
I like this.
So Google is using hog farm waste to
For
power
renewable
its
energy.
data warehouse.
We have a lot of pig shit here.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
We love barbecue, which means we love the pigs, and they got to go.
They got to go somewhere.
Might
So
as well do
Google's
something
like,
with it.
we're going to take that and use that.
Isn't that funny? Like if take the most tech savvy Silicon Valley type human being person, and now tell them, all of this is because of pig shit.
Yeah. You, newbie at the Apple data center, go out and get us some more pig shit because we need it to power our stuff.
So hey, vegans, take it easy on us.
Yeah.
All right.
We're helping the environment, man.
Yeah. Says they also support educational initiatives in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, through grants, events, and programs. So I absolutely love that. We're going to wrap this one up, my friend, because
I know. We got a heart out.
we got a heart out. Thank you all for listening to me and Alan talk about our love for Apple's Vision Quest
Vision Pro.
Yeah,
Our plans for what we plan to do with it
Yes.
when we get it.
yes. And come see me in Lenoir. And I actually did have Chat GPT. I said, write a comedy routine
Okay. Well,
about the city of Lenoir.
should we close with this?
Yeah,
then?
we'll end it with this.
Okay.
It's a little long, so you just tell me when you're done, and I'll when you're done with it, and I'll
I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Okay, here we go. This is written by Chat GPT. All I said was write a comedy routine about the city Lenoir in North Carolina.
Okay, got
And
it.
it goes, Lenoir, North Carolina, a city with history, character, and a little something for everyone. Named after a Revolutionary War general, William Lenoir, who's probably up in heaven going, they named a whole city after me? I didn't even win a pie eating contest. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
I mean, it's not funny, but
it is not funny, or I don't know if it's accurate. Now, I do know, I did look up, there was a war general named William Lenoir.
so they got the name right, but they just assume country bumpkins have
Right.
pie eating
Pie
contest.
eating.
So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, so Lenoir, I also looked this up.
Okay.
You know where Lenoir, the origin of the name Lenoir?
I do not.
Where it's from? France.
French. Lenoir.
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 If you ever listen to your maps
Oh, right. Yeah.
when they try to
You're
tell
right.
you, here we have a university called Lenoir Rhine,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say Lenoir Rhine; it says Lenoir.
Lenoir Ryan.
Yeah, because it is a French word, and that's how they would probably pronounce it originally. Of course, we changed it to
It's just
Lenoir.
funny to think the town of Lenoir
Yeah.
has a French name. So how random is
I
that?
thought the same thought, and then I go, well, wait a minute, Louisiana, also pretty rednecky.
but Cajun
people-
kind of overwhelms that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm okay with the French in Louisiana because you got the whole Cajun thing mixed in. It's kind of
Yeah.
a certain thing. Lenoir.
Yeah.
Lenoir.
Well, yeah,
I mean, down the road from Hickory.
right. And do you know what the word Lenoir means? It's a French word, right?
Okay.
So it actually does mean something.
Okay.
And I looked it up. I don't know if I still have it up here. Dagnabbit, I think I got rid of it. But you got the computer right
Oh,
there in
yeah.
front of you.
I do.
Type in
because I could.
type in Lenoir, North Carolina, Wikipedia, and yeah. Let's see. Here it is.
Let's see.
So the guy William Lenoir, from French. Oh dang it! Where was it? Caldwell County Mountains. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it has climate.
Demographics, economy, blah, 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 blah.
Go back up a little bit.
Yeah, look at it. It should be under the history, right? The original settlement of Lenoir was known as Tucker's Bam.
Tucker's Barn, after a Tucker
Oh,
family
barn.
that settled on the north side.
God, my eyesight is so bad. It really like Tucker's Bam, and I didn't know what that was.
While you're looking at that, I'm gonna type in.
Okay. The city is named for the Revolutionary War general and early North Carolina statesman William Lenoir.
Yeah, William Lenoir.
But you want to know the definition of Lenoir.
Yeah, I'm typing in. Lenoir means, okay, it's French. It's a nickname for a dark-haired or swarthy individual.
What does swarthy mean?
Okay, let's go look up swarthy now.
Definition. Swarthy?
From noir, the word black with fused masculine definite article LE.
Okay, so swarthy is
So it's
dark.
basically a black man.
Yeah, swarthy is dark-skinned.
Yeah. So do you think most people
No.
walking around Lenoir,
No.
which is, by the way, I want to say 75% white,
At least.
at least 75% white. Do you think that these people walking around Lenoir know that their town is basically named Black Man?
I don't think they do. I think it's awesome,
I do
but
too.
I think
hilarious.
I just don't think many people know this.
Yeah, I just don't think most people know. But then again, it's Lenoir; they don't know a lot of things.
I'm just happy I learned what swarthy means because I did not know what that word meant.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I thought swarthy meant like big and sweaty.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But no, it's
It just
yeah.
says dark skinned.
dark-skinned, dark complexion, dusky, tanned.
It doesn't mean African American. It just means dark skin.
Right. Is tanned. I mean, so I guess
Yeah.
you could say Donald Trump is swarthy.
Right.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're back to the people of Lenoir liking it.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about Trump and his spray-on tan.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
All right, we're gonna wrap this one up.
All right.
Go write a nice review for our podcast.
Yeah.
AI, Absolute Ignorance with Jon Reep. We will read it for you. Give us 5 stars. And thanks for listening. For the Alan Jackson, I am Jon Reep. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
You demand Jon Reep.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.